Hi guys, welcome back to another P3D version 5 video. Today we are flying the Captain Sim 767-300ER model from Pakistan, Quetta to Kabul, Afghanistan with the Afghanistani airline Camair. And as you can see, we have pretty nice photoreal scenery here with the mountains in the background. We even have some birds. Don't know how that works. I guess it's in the base sim because I do see them at certain airports. They haven't flown into my engines yet though, so that's good. Apart from with the MiG, where I hit one of those straight on. But yeah, back to the to the video, away from the bird watching. So yeah, it's gonna be quite a short flight, but a fun one. I wanted to really try to fly to Kabul. I have a nice freeware scenery for that, same as here. This one is okay, but it's quite seems like a more military kind of airport, so I'm not even sure that we would fit the 767 here, but we may do it this time. And Camair, of course, is quite an interesting airline in terms of that it's quite new, right, from 2003, and then also in terms of the fleet. I think now it's only like A340 and 737-300, but they have operated basically everything. They have leased 767s, such as this one, and they have operated also Fokker 100s, MD-82s, etc., etc. So quite a fun airline in that regard, and I do hope to do a bit of different liveries and fly with them. Let's see if I can find some more freeware airports, or maybe some payware ones even. I know at least in Pakistan I would want to have something for Islamabad, but the kind of options you have in that regard aren't the best. I think there's one for P3D version 4 from SimArc or something, which looks pretty decent, but or it's actually for P3D version 5 as well. I'm checking it right now, so that option is available. But I'll have to wait for a sale. I'm not paying 30 euros for an airport in Pakistan if I want to fly there too much. But yeah, looks like this one is also under construction. Probably not anymore, but at least once this freeware was released, this is an FSX freeware, this was under construction, so we can take ourselves a bit back in time. Maybe even during the US adventure into Afghanistan. Or occupation, I guess, for a time. Or I guess it depends on how you look at it, right? But let's not let's not get into the politics of that. But yeah, we'll do the flying stuff. It's easier that way. But okay, let's see. I have a flight plan prepared, and I'm trying to think anything else that I need to mention. Could be that the VNAV will struggle. We hope not. We'll be flying in the clouds, likely at some point at least. We're using the volumetric clouds, so let's see how those work. Once more, I haven't yet gotten tired of them, so this is my third flight in a row with those. Well, we shall see. It doesn't usually take too long to get tired of them, but maybe we'll have a more success this time. Let's start with the battery. Let's just check that we have the switches working, which we do seem to have. Shift 2 for the external power, and let's connect that. And we have the good sound pack, right? The freeware one that you can find online if you search for it. I think there's both for the 757 and the 767, so that really kind of makes it much nicer. Unfortunately, I don't think... Well, there might be actually a freeware for the GE version, because there's no GE sound pack for that one. But there's also ones you can buy from Sim Market that are quite highly rated. Let's remove all these non-necessary charts. Can probably just remove the texture at some point because they're just kind of in the way. Position and white, I think, are the ones that should be on already. We can put all of these on just like I normally do. We can align nav, the jaw dampener, that on armed. I usually just, as you know, with the Boeing wide bodies, I kind of just put on most of these. The packs we don't need. We'll need the isolation ones, so I'll put those on. But yeah, let's see. So now we have a bit more sound. So they really added a loud external power. Let's see if the or how the GSX profile works. I am at gate 3, sorry. I'm gate 2, right? Now I opened the wrong one. This must be gate 2. Let's see if we can maybe we need to move forward just a tiny bit. There we go. Sorry about that. It's a bit broken. You can see that the aircraft is yeah, it's getting let me see though if we can. And I'm actually gonna reset this one just so we don't get any problems with the alignment. I always tend to do that, so we'll do the batteries, auto, sorry, shift 2, external power, always looking for an EFB, there isn't one. Connect that, go to align, do these ones while we wait. Nav, yaw dampener, armed, the window heat. We'll do one so we have that ready for the, once we start the APU packs off, we'll do the isolation valves. Good. So yeah, let's see what's, oh, we're quite high already, 5,000 feet, and I haven't changed the altimeter, so that's interesting. As you can see, we don't really have a GSX profile, it's not the best one, but it will do for now. The first things first, we'll have to set up our payload. We're not flying for any virtual airline today, we're just flying solo, so to speak. Zero fuel, 241.8. How? Oh, sorry, 241. There we go. Not payload. God, I was aiming for the wrong one there. 24,000 in terms of fuel, so not that much needed. Anything else to set? No, doesn't seem like it. Here we can see some how it's kind of divided. Any options we need to change? ADI type improved pounds. No passing. Good. Then what we would do is go to FMC identification. There's no A cars. We would take, let's see if we can take one of the GPS positions. Nope, but we can take it from here. And in order to get that in order to get our display kind of show, I'll do the flight directors, put those on. So this is supposed to be Captain Sim's greatest product thus far, and this is even counting the Microsoft Flight Sim ones. The only sad part is the VNAV. I don't know why all of their all of the other Captain Sim aircrafts, they do seem to do okay on the VNAV. You know, sometimes messes up, but this one, every descent, it messes up. So I'm really gonna try to pay a lot of focus and see if I can get it to work basically. But let's see. We'll request boarding. I'll do 120 GSX passengers, and then I'll do 100 with Pack X. This one OPQT for what's it called? The city Quetta, right? Yeah, Quetta. Kabul is a bit easier. Or OAKB. Flight number is 619. Cruise altitude is 39,000. Flight time is about 2 hours ish. It's a bit less actually. We can actually put it in here. The actual flight times, as we do have the block time. Takeoff, I always put this one long, you never know if something messes up. 767-300. We have an in-flight entertainment system. I do have Cam Air boarding music and safety. I just got that. Had to search a bit online, but I was able to put something together that I hope will work. We can have the screw boarding as well. I'll do shift 3. Then we'll open the doors. So not the most modern way of opening the doors, but it works. Let's see, and we need to open the forward entry door as well. So there we go. And let's see, did we have any cabin from the interior? Or was that only from the exterior model? Because I'm pretty sure there is a cabin, right? Yeah, there is a pretty nice cabin actually. Let's zoom in so you can see it a bit better. So yeah, they do a good job in that regard in terms of P3D. Even though the P3D way of looking at things kind of makes it a bit hard and clunky to go through the cabin. Anything else we need to do? No, it's basically going to our flight plan, flight to ADC, you know, the normal. We can do a quick trial here again. Let me see if we can. As you can see, we still have that problem with the aircraft showing in front of all the equipment. Let's see if we can do the outside perspective. Maybe that's that will work a bit better. Would be nice though if you could see like it's the chase plane messing it up, unfortunately. However, maybe if we do, let me see, if we do a first person. Oh no, that really didn't work. Yeah, no. But yeah, I guess we would do our walk around, right? Oh no, once again we got a bad view spot. But yeah, I guess we would just check. It's a nice model, right? So we would just do a normal walk around, check the pitot, tubes, all that. We would determine that it looks good. And we would be able to get back into the aircraft. Let me see if there's anything else I can show from outside. It's a pretty good livery, this Cam Air one. I think it's part of the Ace, so it's quite easy to install. Let's see, cruising altitude, we're going up high again. The second flight with high altitude. A zero fuel weight of 241.8. In terms of reserves, reserve fuel, we have not that much, right? 3.8. Cruise CG, I guess we would be able to find it from here, right? So let's do 60.9. It would be a bit different, but we'll just use that. Cost index 99, a bit higher than normal. We can then go to route and do this one, OPQT. for origin to OAKB for destination, flight number 619, and we're taking off from runway 31 right. Is there even 2 runways on this one, or is there only... actually it looks like there is 2 runways, so that's good. Looks we're updated in that regard. 31 right, how close is that one? I guess it's the one further away, I would assume. Or actually it's the one closer. Yeah, it's this one directly, right? So not too long of a taxiway. Look at this bus though. These, God, these are like the worst, like one of those videos where you see like people coming across the US border in like a van and then it's like 50 people coming out of it. Yeah, this gives the same effect. Oh my God. Hilarious. I don't know why that bus was used, but I won't complain. We need some fun stuff in life. 31 right, Mom K1. In terms of the route, Zulu 304 to ZB. So it's quite a long J. 145 to Rejet. G 325 to Cyan. A466 to Sitax. So you can see a lot of airways. M875 to Kodad. And then it's a direct. That does give me a bit of a bit of a fear. Let's see, because it is quite mountainous. And let me just quickly actually, before I put it up, let me just check if I've changed the call sign. No, but now we have, and then I'll put it up. All the flight plan import. Okay, so we're going actually towards Islamabad and then up towards Kabul. Okay, that makes sense, I guess. Probably better airports, alternates, or maybe it's just the airways, right? I guess it's the airways mainly. 31 right, Mom KA. Okay, we have that set. Wait, what's the... now I am... I do hope there is a chart box for this one. Track. I'm trying to understand how this one even works. So first one is OT, then it's 13, then back, and then away. Is that how the logic is? Or is the reason for that... Could that be actually the flight plan itself? Because it's saying go to ZB. I'm not sure. Maybe this is actually just how it's supposed to be flown. Jesus. That seems a bit special, but okay. Do we have any... No terrain where we would need to climb? Because we're climbing out that way, and then let me add some... Okay, yeah, okay, so that way, and then back. Okay, now it makes sense. Okay, now, sorry, I thought it was the other way, that's why I was a bit confounded, but okay, we have that set. Now in terms of star, there are no stars. Okay, so we'll do runway 29. No stars available, but we're doing a direct approach to the ILS. We'll do Vebro. I think that should give us a good... Then we don't need to wait for their vectoring. Looks good. Will be will be very hard, or not hard, but we will really need to maintain. I hope there's no cloud base so we can really see things. Because I always get a bit, you know, if you're not getting vectored in, you have VNav issues with this one. This could end badly. We'll connect to the sim. We'll file the flight plan. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's remove these because they reappeared when I had to go to Colden Dock. At least this one seems to have disappeared. Oh, we have the coffee cup there as well. Okay, so arrival, ILS, Vibro, route. There should not be a discontinuity. At least not, I don't think Pilot 30C sees any discontinuity, so I'm just gonna put it in. Yeah, it's just saying ILS direct. So we'll activate and execute. Okay, we have the flight plan. Look how this one wants to go. This one makes more sense. I can see that. Okay, we can do that. Performance wise, we don't have anything to go with, so we will have to use our common sense and just add some numbers. Oh, sorry, we have to go with the full number, right? So we get the trim. We could go a bit lower on takeoff weight. And then we need to check current active weather. 206 at 1, 206 at 1. No slope. 21 degrees Celsius. Pretty warm. Looks good. 125, 132, 142. This seems like really low speeds. We're not that heavy, so maybe it makes sense. But let's see. It looks, I think this is a very big cargo airport, so we do have a pretty big runway here, so that's pretty good. Let me see if I can find any of these airports. I just need the approach, right? That's the... Okay, I was able to find the runways, but I would prefer to have a downloadable chart, just because it's always nicer to have that, right? I'm not sure how good the Afghanistani and the Pakistan relations are, but I would presume that they do flights between each other. But I know they've had some issues in the past. Let's see, charts. Okay, we have it saved, so now we have a chart. Always good to have that. I'll jump back in quickly. Seems like we have most the boarding done. I'll close at least the cargo doors. Looks like they're both closing. It's a beautiful aircraft, this Captain Sim model. It's one of the best ones in P3D version 5. And it's a P3D version 5, I guess, native aircraft, you could say. Let's start the APU then. We can close that one. Start the APU. We can see we don't have too many settings, right? So this is more old school. But here we have the EGT. So let's go with that. Let's have a look at Pack X. Ask if they can expedite. And then I'll actually
You'll see what we can do. No promises.
ask for clearance. Cam Air 4003 Heavy, ready to copy IFR clearance. Okay, and now we're getting the clearance. Flight level 180. Squawk 3546.
We are ready to go when you are.
I'm mainly using the inbuilt one, it's on the Logitech panels because I find it goes a bit faster.
Heavy is cleared to Oscar Alpha Kilo Bravo. Climb via the MOMK1 Alpha departure, with the Monka transition, then as filed. Climb to flight level 180 via the departure. Expect higher clearances 8 minutes after departure.
Okay,
Squawk
8 minutes
3546.
after departure. Sounds good enough. Oh yeah, talking about the altimeter, let's 1014.
Altimeter is 299er3 Cam Air 4003 Heavy.
Yep, that looks to be correctly set. I'll add some speed here already. So we're quite high at 5000. I wonder how high Kabul is. It's probably not that much better. If not even at a higher. Look at that. The airport altitude is 5,873 for the runway, but yeah, so kind of the same for the airport, but that's crazy numbers. Okay, and we can, I think, close the, yeah, I think we can close the rest of the doors now as well. We can close our window. We don't need that open. We can ask for the pushback here. We have the APU seems to be started. We can close that one. So I'll turn off the external power. Sorry about that, moving a bit fast, and disconnect that. Oh, there was a bird. These birds are really flocking around here. Maybe it's scenery, part of the scenery, right? That could also be the case. Because they do seem to kind of move in the same pattern. Cam Air 4003 Heavy, ready for pushback. Okay, pushback approved.
Pushback approved Cam Air 4003 Heavy.
Anything else we need to set already? I guess we could prep the trim. What was that? 339. So that should do the trick. I can put that on rejected. I'll put that to on. Let's check the fire alarm. Looks good and sounds good. Oxygen mask seems to work as well. Anything else? Don't think so. Outside looks clear, no chocks or anything like that forgotten, so that's good news. Very nice and beautiful terrain. That's also one of the reasons why I wanted to do this flight, just because there's so... I'm not sure if it's different, but it's just very nice looking terrain. I do have photo reel covering all of this. So some pretty okay freeware airports, and I think the Kabul one is definitely better than the Quetta one. But it was the only good one I found in Pakistan. I think it's the only one I have in Pakistan, maybe one other. I found a lot for India though, so that's nice. Let's see, nose left, tail right. Okay. Start at will. Oh, we need to put on the lights. Totally forgot about that. We got start at will. We can put those on. Let me check what this one says in terms of seatbelt signs. And then let's start the right engine first. We'll go back to the engine mode. Make sure it's increasing. Put the fuel lever in the up position. Let's see if we can see the vehicle from here. We can. And we have our cam air safety. Video going on. Okay, looks like it's starting. Yeah, low engine oil pressure on the left one. Let's have a look on the outside. Yeah, looks like that one has started. Let's see how this one, where it puts us. And we hope it doesn't crush us into the construction. Engine relatively stable. We'll start engine number 1. And 2 value going up, above 10. I'll put that into run. Could you see the engines from this perspective, or was that solely a... Yeah, no, it's black. So you have to go to the outside view. Okay, they did manage to stop us before. I'll set parking brakes. I'll confirm good engine start. We'll connect with LNAV. I will arm the auto throttle. I think thrust is the one you're supposed to press, right? In order for TOGA to work, I hope at least. Here we have the cancel and recall buttons as well, so a bit out of the way. Cam Air 4003 heavy, ready to taxi. We can start the packs. Shut the APU 1.
31 right via taxiways Papa 1. Hold short runway 31 right cam air.
Sorry, that was the wrong one.
Heavy.
It's this one we want to go off with. You can keep that generator on. No circuit breakers are movable. I mean, there's no fail simulations either, or failure simulation. So it's good to be aware of, if that's your thing. Let me zoom out a bit so you can see more of the aircraft. My 3 screens does enable me to see most of it, but I only have the middle screen being recorded. Parking brake, we can go to flaps 5. Wow, that's pretty loud noise. Well, maybe that's maybe how it should sound. Okay. Let's see. Trim set, auto brake set, flap set, lights, taxi and turn off, set, maybe a bit bright, but not the end of the world. We'll give some thrust. Start taxiing. Let's say we can maybe do some sort of public address.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, this is your first officer. Welcome on board our flight. We'll be departing soon and we're aiming for a smooth flight. Thanks for flying.
Altitude is set correctly. This one bugged out, so we need to put that back in.
The cabin is ready.
Cabin is ready. So that's good news. Let's see if it did. I'm just gonna brake a bit. I just want to see Okay, so it basically just wants us to taxi. Basically this one should be R1. Yeah, we're getting the tower. And I guess we'll go down and turn.
Tower on 118.05
With the landing lights on, the red.
heavy.
That should be good. Cam Air 4003 heavy, ready for takeoff. No.
Engine start approved. Cam Air
Our
4003
engines
heavy.
are started, that's for sure. Cam Air 4003, ready for takeoff. Ah, God.
Engine start approved.
Not
Cam Air
engine start.
4003 heavy.
Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. Cam Air 4003 heavy, ready for takeoff. I'm gonna ask my co-pilot to
Cam Air 4003 heavy.
just let us.
Tower Cam Air 4003 heavy, ready for departure. Runway 31 right.
Did we get anything? Cam Air 4003 heavy, ready for takeoff. Why does it get engine start all the time? It's frustrating. I know it's happened before, but it's not. Okay, oh, maybe this one.
Cam Air 4003 heavy, request midfield departure. Runway 31 right.
That one didn't work either. Frustrating. Usually when you switch, it can at some points work, but let's see. I'll just taxi down and see once we... Oh, went a bit over the gravel. And let's see if we can get it to get that takeoff clearance once we're down there. We can just fly without pilot ADC or just keep it on in the background, but would be nice of course to to have it. It does add to the immersion. Let's see, fuel's looking good.
Tower Cam Air 4003 heavy, ready for departure. Runway 31 right.
Seems like it has given up on us. Cam Air 4003 heavy. Please repeat. Nothing. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly try one more time. I'll disconnect the sim. See if we can get this. Cam Air 4003 heavy, ready to copy IFR clearance. I'm just gonna turn here and get us
Contact ground on
on
121
the right.
Cam Air 4003 heavy.
Okay, let's see, are we being... Yes. Cam Air 4003 heavy, ready to copy IFR clearance. 180, squawk. 6166. I'll just change this 6. Okay, and let's
Cam Air 4003
line us up
Heavy
with the
is
runway.
cleared to Oscar Alpha Kilo Bravo. Climb via the MOMK1 Alpha departure, with the Malka transition, then as filed. Climb to flight level 180 via the departure. Expect higher clearances 8 minutes after departure. Squawk 6166. Altimeter is 299er3 Cam Air 4003 Heavy.
Let me see.
Cam Air 4003 Heavy ready for pushback and engine start.
Oh, maybe we should say pushback and engine start when I call them. Maybe that's my issue.
Pushback and engine start approved. Cam Air 4003 Heavy.
Okay, let's see now if we can get the takeoff.
Ground Cam Air 4003 Heavy ready for departure runway 31 right.
Okay, let's see. Contact tower.
Tower on 118.05 Cam Air 4003 Heavy. Tower Cam Air 4003 Heavy ready for departure runway 31 right.
Yes, we got it. Sorry about that little hiccup. But nice, we got working
Cleared
ATC.
for takeoff. 31 right squawk 6166 Cam Air 4003 Heavy.
Okay, let's get ready to go. With working ADC, that's always a nice thing. Okay, we're pushing that. Pushing throttle. Getting that EPR. I'll go a bit below. I think this should be sufficient. Okay, let's see. Airspeed alive. Will this be enough? That's the $1,000,000 question. 80 knots. Check. 100 knots. Check. 120. Check. V1. Rotate. Oh. Let's see. We have positive rate of climb. Gotta just lower a bit my volume. It's not the most quiet airplane. Okay, there we go. Looks pretty good. We're not speeding up too much, nothing crazy. We have the gear up. I think we can turn these off. Let's wait a bit. I'll go to VNav.
Center on 127.5 Cam Air 4003 Heavy.
And then let's see, we can soon probably go to flaps 1. Should help us a bit. Very beautiful surroundings here in Pakistan. We need to trim a bit this aircraft in order to follow our flight director. We'll go to flap 0. Look at this beauty, and we have the beautiful winglets as well. I do prefer it without it, but it looks quite neat. Okay, let's see, we're really gaining speed now. So we should be climbing like crazy. Okay, let's see, and I don't think we can go to climb. Or maybe it wants to stay on EPR for some reason. Let's trim it a bit more. It does handle pretty well manually, so that is pretty nice. It's a nice aircraft to fly. A lot of these higher fidelity ones are really nice. And this is a higher fidelity one. I mean, if I didn't have the VNAV issues, this would definitely be one of my favorite aircrafts to fly. You would see me fly it a lot, because it's 767. I do really like it for some reason. I don't know why. It's probably because it's like this. Yeah, it was kind of new when it came out with the EFIS, I guess it's the EFIS screens, right? Or the CRT displays on a wide body and only 2 engines. I guess the A300 beat it, but that one was still, I guess, analog steam gauges. The original one at least. Okay, let's see, we're above 10,000 feet, so we can also turn the landing lights. I think things look good. We can put on the autopilot. Unfortunately, we haven't switched frequency ourselves, so I'm gonna do it for. Let me see, we need to go to 127.
Center Cam Air 4003 Heavy climbing to flight level 180.
Let's see if we get higher clearances. Or if we don't. Yeah, so many ATC problems this time. A bit of a different photoreal here, it looks like. But no biggie. I think you even have that sometimes in Microsoft Flight Sim, so it's just the way of the land, or the lay of the land, whatever you call it. Let's see, some things that I did forget that I realized. This one, the traffic and weather radar, which will be important because we'll be switching to the terrain one once we're descending, and depending on, of course, how the weather looks. Okay, so let's see, we're doing our little pirouette now, coming back across, and then we'll finally start our journey. That will be about 1 hour long. Let me just quickly have a look. The recording seems to be doing well, so that's nice to see. Oh wait, sorry, I wanna do it like this. I wanna keep my recording open in case I need to pause it. Okay, let's see, have we gotten any?
Center Cam Air 4003 Heavy at flight level 180 climbing to flight level 250.
250, okay, so we have gotten higher clearances. I'm just gonna have it go all the way up. I think what's happened is basically it's bugged out a bit, so it's probably just gonna be giving me, so let's just follow it, and hopefully we'll have it working sooner or later. I really need to pay attention to my co-pilot, but of course I always forget to do that. Okay, I'm very interested in seeing if we'll make this turn and how that one will work, but I have good hopes. The climb VNAV on this one is pretty good. Let me have a look quickly though on the descent one. I just want to make sure we have, I mean, we do have all the info, so there's no reason why it should have any problems handling a descent. So 16,000 is the transition level. Yeah, that's fine. So let's see. We'll go to standard BRF as well, and we'll let our passengers remove their seat belts. I'll also do it in here. And look at that view, that's just amazing. Let's see if we have any, does this one have any inbuilt viewpoints that are like very nice? Why don't they have any? Okay, here there's one. But how good is this one? No, it's not. It's not the best from the inside, right? It's not like with X-Plane where you can really make like very nice viewpoints from the inside. What about the outside one? Oh, the outside one looks pretty good. Pretty nice sound. Let's go to the other side as well. Okay, so you can get some pretty nice ones. But I don't want to actually give you one of these. I'm gonna give you another viewpoint. One of my favorite ones, and that's when I pretend that the viewpoint is a camera. Like this. Let me see, maybe we can do one a bit further in the back. Such as this maybe. Let's see if we can go maybe a bit higher. Like that. So perfect. This way I can also come and check. I'm gonna leave it like this for a while. Let it climb. I think everything else is set. Lights are off. Boat landing and taxi. Pack exits handled. We have set the altitude. We have LNAV and VNAV. Oh yeah, now I remember the other problem with this aircraft. It overspeeds. It tends to overspeed. I'll hope it doesn't happen. We shall see. So I'll probably have to come back at some point soon enough, but let's see. Best of luck. You're in charge now, but yeah, see you soon.
starting our in-flight service. We will be serving complimentary drinks and snacks. Please look at the feedback for our list of complimentary and premium drinks. Premium drinks are available for a small charge. Please note that we only accept credit cards.
Okay, the captain is back. Let's see what the situation is. Looks good. Still have some ways to go to top of descent. Have we had any luck with hasn't seemed like we had any luck with our fellow ATC colleagues. At least we have a very nice weather to look at. Doesn't look like we have any clouds. And I'm actually gonna check windy just to check if we'll have any clouds at all during our flight. And looks like we might just about avoid it actually. So that's very nice. Could be some clouds once we get a bit closer. But generally it looks good. So that's good news for us. And let's see then, these are off, right? Perfect. Do we have any... Huh. Not sure if that's supposed to be something. Maybe it's the mod I have for the... Maybe something I missed, some memo. That one works. Oh, but look, it depends on the... It seems to be very dependent on the view point. Odd. Very odd. Okay, we won't be using those. Da, da, da. What's happening in the flight sim world? Let me see. Nothing interesting in the Microsoft. Talking mostly. Nothing that interesting, mainly Microsoft Flight Sim 24 things. else? X-Plane. Oh, X-Craft has announced their new aircraft, the Embraer Lineage 1000. So basically a 190 business jet. Well, that's not so exciting, but I guess for business jet fan it is. But yeah, nothing else actually. It's a very quiet. I think a lot of the news, or the lack of news, is due to probably if the new flight sim coming out, right? 24. And I guess once we get that out, things are gonna start happening quite a lot. I'm even checking FS Elite now, which I usually never go to. In terms of Peter D news, I've seen that now my Orbex Wales regional package got updated. I know the Norway one got updated a while back, and now Wales as well, so that's nice. I didn't even know they did that still, so I was very pleased. Orbex will upgrade their products to 24 and maybe have a small upgrade fee. The 777F has been delayed. They will also release the 747. The 747-100 will be for Microsoft Flight Sim 24 exclusively. I guess that makes sense, but 24, is that coming still for, or the 400 model, is that still coming for 2020? Perhaps. Let's see, what do we have in terms of X-Plane 12 news though? Very few news. When you're looking at these news, it's, I mean, X-Plane 12 is definitely more live than P3D, but yeah, it doesn't look too much more live. Let's see if we can see the airports on this one. So Opti is Dera Ismail Khan Airport. So we're heading towards that. We will be turning left very soon. We have been able to keep speed. The VNAV and LNAV path has been good thus far. So I am cautiously optimistic, keeping in mind that things might still end up going badly, like they've done in the past. Let's jump a bit to the outside. Maybe I can get a nice picture actually. Trying to figure out from what angle. Maybe something closer to the aircraft itself. I do want to have the ground. Maybe don't need the engine, something like this maybe. Now we get that nice moon as well. That should be a nice banner. sticks out a bit, but will work I think for the video. Not sure if it will bring any new subscribers, but or any views for that matter, but not too worried about those aspects. I only do this because it's fun, right? And I know people like to watch. I have some guys that I watch that do kind of the same thing that I do, right? We just do flights here and there and maybe showcase aircraft. So I guess it's my way of giving back to the community in one way. Okay, let's see, about 85 nautical miles till top of descent. Do we have any news in terms of maybe we can trigger the
Cam Air 4003 Heavy at flight level 390.
doesn't seem to have done the trick. I'll just keep on the pilot ADC and then I'll just try to follow the flight plan. The VNAV would be kind of the same anyway, since we don't have vectoring, which I'm now thankful for. Look at this beautiful landscape. This is the reason why I wanted to fly Pakistan and Afghanistan. It's just, maybe here is not the best photo reel, but you can see even with clouds, but I mean the rest of it just looks absolutely astonishing. You can see some shadows, right, from the things. I think I was reading this because there was this interview with the Laminar research team and they were talking about like the downsides of photoreal, and that's of course the shadow effects. You know, if something's being shadowed in the picture, it'll be shadowed in the picture, right? And then, you know, if your own shadow will have duplicate shadows. But I mean, I don't really, I think they're maybe estimating the, or nitpicking maybe. I don't think that's such a big issue. People will still like photoreal even if there's some extra shadows. We have pretty okay ground speed, 469, nothing crazy but okay-ish. We have an ETA of about 28 minutes till landing, I think, destination ETA. Okay, so it's about 20, so it's definitely about 35. It's usually a bit extra, because it's not the most effective at calculating, unfortunately. In terms of VNAV, so top of descent is still 109 nautical miles, okay, that's pretty good. ETA fuel 13.3. 15.8. Are we really gonna be using all our fuel? Why did we get such a bad what was our alternate? Sorry, I need to close. I'm just cleaning up. See, I'm just closing some of the AppSim threads. Let's let's see. Okay, so I'm just looking. We can plan the approach already. In terms of the approach, I guess you still do it the old school way here. We'll do manual insert 110.5 with a course of 285. Let's see if we can do this quickly. 285. Okay, we have that set. Decision height. Now this one I'm a bit interested in. So 6,093. This number can't go higher than 99, right? So I guess we would put this reference. I guess you wouldn't use it, right? But I'll just put it to 320. So that's the altitude difference between the minimum and the airport itself. And then let's see, we're on speed, VNAV path, LNAV command. What's the descent? 87 nautical miles. Or maybe this is the amount of fuel we will have left once we get there, right? What are we at now? 15.5. That would make sense. So then we have a bit of fuel. So alternate was Opis, the one I was talking about. Which is not crazy far away, but it is a bit of a hike. Let's have a look on the outside. Yeah, beautiful, just beautiful terrain. You can fly in this for hours just watching it. A very mountainous country, Afghanistan. Zoom out a bit, get us a better view. Maybe not with the chair in our path. Thinking of that, I'm wondering if we should remove the yoke, because it's quite in the path of our... maybe we should be fine, we can just use the flight director. Yeah, the American election tomorrow, that's gonna be crazy. No matter how it goes, it's not good. Yeah, I'm never gonna, now I'm getting political, but I'm never gonna buy into the two-party system. That's ripe for being bad, because you can't, the extremes will basically mesh with the rest, right? Instead of having multiple parties where you have to build coalitions and actually decide on things together. But yeah, just my 50 cents on that. and then and continuing on my political thing in Germany, suggesting that Ukraine is is made similar as to Finland after World War II. Me being a Finn, I can just say that that sounds like a very dumb idea. I mean, Finland did join NATO eventually, right? Just because of that system not working. The Germans. That's one country that's a big fat disappointment. If you look at their leaders specifically after the Berlin Wall fell, they have that one guy, was Schröder or whatever his name was, you know, he's so deep into Putin's pockets that it's crazy. And then, who else do you have? You have, yeah, Merkel, yeah, she was not much better. And then Schulz is too scared to do anything. So hopefully I didn't offend any of my German fans. It's not your fault, but it's the political parties that unfortunately are... Yeah, there's no leadership. That's my biggest gripe. Leadership is important. At least showing it to some extent. Let's see. We'll zoom in a bit. 40 nautical miles, I think. Let's see. We're close to overspeeding now, so now this is becoming interesting. We're very close to overspeeding. Can it adjust itself, or is this a... And the problem here is that the wind changed, so we're overspeeding because we're getting more wind. Right, that must be it. We're getting more wind against the plane. Look at that, overspeed warning. I'll close that, and in order to fix the overspeed warning, I think this was good that it happened, unfortunately. As much as it's unfortunate that it happened, but the only way I found to fix that is by going to speed mode. Seeing if that does anything first. It usually doesn't, but now we can slowly see that it's decreasing, which should hopefully mean... Well, now it's increasing again, so that one doesn't work either. The only way then is to manually throttle back, and then you'll see it decreasing. Yeah, that's super annoying. You can see the plane shaking, right, because it's overspeeding. So auto throttle disconnect, I'll press here. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I need to put that in the performance, but yeah, not to stop my political line of thought, but also talking about Germany suggesting that Ukraine should go with a Finland solution. Is the worst part about that is the only thing Finland did after that was preparing for war, right? Building up your military forces and stuff. We still have mandatory military service in Finland, so it's not a solution. I need to actually put in some, let me just get this back on before I start ranting again. And just the fact that, I mean, you can't reward bullies. I'm always going to be against bullies, no matter what. And if you start rewarding bullies, they'll just bully more. It's the way of the land, unfortunately. It didn't work with Hitler, it won't work with anyone else, no matter how much you want to believe it. The only way to stop bullies is by stopping bullies. Okay, let's see. We have some... If you notice a bit back, the screen got dark, and that's because we were rendering in the new clouds. Not the best clouds though. Quite minuscule. But maybe it's good for our approach, to be honest. I'm hoping we can get a good VNav on our way down, but I'm not too hopeful. But let's see. We'll hope for the best. I'm gonna test the Kabul center, see if we can get some.
Contact center on 127.5 cam air 4003.
Oh yeah, great. Just sending us back to the next. Great. Let's see here. So 129 VRF reset MCP alt. Yeah, that's because we're getting up to the top of descent. And what's the one we wanna get down to? So for the landing itself, 9,800. We probably won't need terrain radar. We'll have so good visual. Don't think the weather will change. We'll just have these tiny clouds here and there. Well, maybe it's not that bad. It's a bit different than the ones we've had in the last few sesh, and it's aligned with what I saw from Windy, right? But I'm still not sure if these are better than the active sky config file, but I guess the overcast is, so that's a huge thing. One thing I did forget was to put on the clock, but oh well, can't win them all. Will we be able to descend though? This is a very late. Now let's see if we get. Okay, the throttles are going a bit here and there. We're now going to idle, and we're starting our descent. Fingers crossed we have a good VNav descent. Let's see, yeah, you can see us pitching down a bit. A lot of mountains around us. The airport must be here, so we must be coming across here, right? Over the mountains and then down, so it's a bit of a valley. Which usually makes sense, you should place cities there. You know, usually have water, streams right from the mountains and more fertile land, etc, etc. Looking good with our alignment and all of that stuff. So yeah, should be fine. Let's see. We have about 15 minutes left according to pilot to ADC. Let's see if that's correct or not. Okay, let's see. So we're descending quite nicely. VNav's, knock on wood, seems to be doing quite an okay job as of now. But it is a or it will be very interesting to see. You can see how it's jumping back and forth, back and forth. So this VNav is really not the best creation ever. But so far it's done the trick, so I won't complain too much. And we are getting down slowly and steadily around 2000 feet per minute. Oh, actually, did the weather change, or did we just, maybe we're just getting closer to the clouds? So here to our left we have a nice true sky cloud, a bit pixelated, but hopefully you enjoyed. Anyway, they're a bit flat though. Maybe that's the big thing with this true sky config. Like all the clouds are flat, pancakey flat. But oh well, let's see. Maybe I'll fly through a bit more. I'll do a couple of more flights with this and then see if I change back. Ping, pong, ping, pong. Basically, look at this flight director going down, going up, going down, going up. Let's see, we're not at 10,000 yet. We basically won't be. Or we will be just at the end. Might be good though to put them on already actually. It's not gonna be a lot left of the flight, still saying around 10 minutes. Destination about 74 nautical miles. Let's see what the VNav says. Do we have any info here? Climb. Is there like a progress page there, right? The error, look at that. Doesn't that imply that something is off with this aircraft's VNav? At least that's the feeling I get. I'm actually gonna go to Captain Sim, see if we have let me see, where do you see your you only have one link, version 100. Maybe there was never an update, it was just released in this state, but oh well. Okay, let's see now. I was hoping to find something through Captain Sim, but I did not. Okay, anything else we should check? Transition altitude is 14,000 feet, so that's coming up very shortly. Destination station weather, altimeter 1021. I'm gonna put this alternate to that, so we have that set. And I'm gonna say that our ops are that we put on the landing lights at around this point. I'm guessing there's some, you know, if you're above the ground in a certain, I guess there would be, you know, putting on the landing lights for better visibility, right? Because I mean, look how close we are to the mountains. Okay, let's see. We should be at 222 at Kodad. We're already below that. That is not good. That's actually really bad, because the reason why we wanna okay, they want us to add drag, but there's really no reason to add drag. We are losing speed and we are below the altitude we should be at. Yeah, of course we should be going a bit slower, but I want us to get a bit further ahead. At least for a while. Let's have a look on the outside. Yeah, look at this, just absolutely wonderful.
We have begun our final descent to
Okay, begin descent announcement.
passengers have a select extract one final time. Please ensure to put tables and stones in the full upright position.
Okay, let's
This
see.
also for any carry-on items either in the back pocket or under the seat for the
Let's do seatbelt signs on. Anything else? Let's check 13.3. We'll wait with the ILS until we get a bit closer. They did want us to add drag. It's no mega rush. But we're going a bit fast, so I'm gonna add a bit of speed brake actually, try to get us to go a bit slower. And you can see these are some crazy extended speed brakes. That should really give us a lot of drag. Hopefully that should also help with our turn here onto the final approach. Well, let's see. We should be at 9,800, and we have a glide slope of let me see, .5, so a bit higher than usual, but nothing too crazy. Okay, thus far, knock on wood, the VNav has been doing what it's supposed to be doing. Rather okay. So I'm not gonna... You won't hear me complain too much as of yet. What speed do they want us to be? We should be at... We have a transition at 14,000 for 240 knots. Or was it 16,000? Possibly 16,000. Yeah, 16,000. We should at Weber we can be quite fast still, but then we should really be slowing down quickly. So I guess we'll be turning left just on the... Will it be on the right side of this or on the left? That is the question. I really don't want us to go descend too much. So let's see, we should be at 14,000. Looks okay. Let's put on the weather radar and then let's switch to terrain. Do we have... Is there something we need to put on? VX and terrain. VX plus terrain, maybe that will work. So far so good. We are about to turn 2.3 nautical miles. 2 nautical miles, almost at 14,000. Then we need to turn, and the risk is with this turn, does it follow the... No, because it wants to be kind of a smooth approach from Vibru. It looks like we are getting the localizer, so that's good. Now we're turning again. For some reason it does want to kill us. So I'm gonna disconnect the autopilot. Sorry, not the autopilot, the auto throttle. We don't need that thrust. I don't know why the turns are awful in this one. It's overcompensating. Let's see. I'll add a bit of thrust just so we don't go too slow. 250 is fine. I'll add the turn of lights since we're getting close to landing. So we did turn a bit before those. And we are turning a bit backwards almost. Let's see, speed is okay. Our turn ratio is though a bit slow. I'll disconnect the spoilers, that might help a bit with making our turn. We should be at 11,200. Thrust required. Why do we have I don't get the everything kind of moving and flopping everywhere. Now the fun part is I've basically gone to 0 thrust. Thrust required. How is thrust required when we are literally going at 288 knots? We are as fine as it can be. Funnily enough. How aren't we dropping off in speed? I mean, sure, we are descending maybe a bit crazy. I'm gonna add some more speed brake. I'll add the approach. Okay, we have the localizer and glide slope. We're a bit above the glide slope. The runway should be the one right there. That looks good. I'll drop the landing gears.
Climb to flight level 250 cam air 400 Contact tower on 125.4 cam air 40.
I'm just gonna close pilot to ADC. I'll remove the speed brake. I'll go flaps 1, flaps 2. I'll add a bit of thrust to control this aircraft. On the descent, still looking good. Lights are on. Auto brake 2. Speed brake armed. Flaps not full, but we should get it to full close soon enough. We'll soon be on the localizer. Manual controls or mic controls. Going to flaps 20. Yeah, let's see if we can get at quite a low speed. Gonna add a bit of thrust. Sucks when pilot ADC bugs out. It always, you know, it's nice to have some communication with the AI, even though it's not the best. Okay, let's see. Looks like we're pretty good. Good on the glide slope, less good on the localizer. Going flaps full. Very nice scenery here with the photo real autogen. Looks very cool. And then the nice mountains surrounding us, and with the nice airport. Okay, I'll reduce thrust a bit. Feel like we're going a bit fast. Gonna pitch down also a bit. Reduce thrust even more. God, our gliding capabilities are crazy. I have barely any thrust. gonna pitch up. That should make us bleed off quite a bit of speed. We're quite high as well though, so I'm a bit concerned with going too slow as well. Even though it was a very low speed, it was giving us like 130 knots or something like that. Okay, let's see now. Okay, we're now at 150. Going above these buildings. It's always crazy when you do approaches like this and you just realize like one mistake, something goes wrong, poof, right into the buildings. Innocent people. We're a bit low. But let's see. I think we're able to continue to handle that. Now we're a bit high instead. Okay, let's see. 100. 10. There we go. We got down just about. Let's see how fast we can deaccelerate with the thrust reversers deployed. Looks to be pretty effective. Okay, let me see. What was that warning for? Maybe I went a bit too crazy with the thrust reverser. Let's turn here to the left.
11:49 a.m. and it's currently about 9 degrees Celsius.
So you can see it's still freeware, right? The airport and all that. But you know, you have the nice helicopters, the military aircraft. Looks like a lot of US stuff. So please do keep in mind this is an old scenery, right? So the US were still actively engaged at this time, and I guess this would be pre-Taliban, right? The landing lights can go off. Same with the strobe. We don't need to ask for any taxi clearances. Pilot ADC is shut down on us. But okay, a pretty good flight. I mean, the VNAV wasn't totally shit. And this is the best 767 we do have for P3D. Would have been nice if level D upgraded theirs, and or hell, if anyone else made a version of it with just that working VNAV. The working VNAV and you know the speed of the autopilot, those are the biggest bugs I've seen. At least they are, you know them, so in that sense it's better than with Aerosoft A330, which you know suddenly you have a new bug. And even though that version for P3D is pretty good. Okay, look at that, nice 727s. What do we have here? Some 737s. I'm just gonna turn left and I'll park here at number 2. I'm actually not sure what amount of aircraft we have. Oh, it's only a 737-400, so that's the only thing we have here apart from us. And this was number 2A. Let me see if I'm getting the right gate. 2 for a heavy, no follow me requested. We can do Qatar. They can help us. Or was there a cam here? That's what I'm... let me just check. No follow me requested. No cam here. Okay. I'm just gonna change again to the facility that we had. Gate 2. No follow me. And we'll do Qatar. Okay, let's see. I'll turn here to the right. Forgot to do the APU, of course. Always something that you forget. Easily happen. Okay, let's get on the on the center line here of the gate. Let's stop here just in front of the jetway. Parking brake set. Let's see if this one does have interesting, you need to stop engines to request ground services. I guess that makes sense. Let's see, the APU is almost up and about. What I'll do is I'll put the seatbelt sign off so I don't forget to do that. The APU is now running. I'll shut the engines. Right engine 2 and engine 1, or left engine. I can shut the packs as well. So now the engines should be shutting down. Yeah. We don't need the lights either. We can shut those. We'll open one door just for pack X, so we get the deboarding. We'll end flight 154. Very satisfied. That's nice to see. Always nice when you make your passengers happy. Let's see if we have a workable jetway. Look at that, workable jetways. That's very nice. So this scenery, I think you can find it on like FSX, Freeware, Kabul. There's only like a few tweaks you have to do, and then you get a pretty nice Kabul airport. I do wonder if there is a paver version. Let me have a look. Doesn't seem to be one. So this is the best you'll get. For better or worse. But yeah, let me do the replay, which I know most of you are, or at least I am always excited about it. We can go a bit further back, we can do 400. So here we are, coming down. We have this beautiful scenery surrounding us. And let's see now. Looks pretty good, the approach. It just fluctuates a lot between being too high and too low. But I think it was pretty okay. At least in the end, when we were too high. Doesn't feel like we're, well, maybe a bit high. I followed the poppies too much, they confused me in the end. So we're a bit high actually. I think the landing is still, yeah, before the final marker. We get it down. You can't see any animations though, like we could once we were actually landing. So that's a bit of a bummer. But hey, we landed. The people are safely in Kabul. So yeah, that was it for today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Some ranting as well politically. Try to not do that in the future. And then yeah, do feel free to leave a comment down below. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Other than that, I wish you all a good rest of the day. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.